Scientific research has uncovered a troubling reality about high fructose corn syrup, HFCS. It doesn't trigger the same feeling of fullness as other carbohydrates like glucose. When consumed, fructose bypasses key hormonal responses, particularly insulin and leptin, which are responsible for signaling to the brain that the body has had enough food. This leads to overeating, weight gain, and disrupted hormonal balance. Other sweeteners, such as sucrose and artificial options, also contribute to cravings and poor appetite regulation by altering gut health and reward pathways in the brain. Understanding how these sweeteners impact your body is crucial for maintaining metabolic health and avoiding the cycle of overeating and cravings. HFCS and other sweeteners, both natural and artificial, disrupt the body's normal hunger and satiety signals, particularly by impairing the release and function of hormones like leptin, insulin, and ghrelin. This leads to increased cravings for sweet foods, overeating, and weight gain, as well as long-term hormonal imbalances that contribute to metabolic syndrome, obesity, and insulin resistance. The consumption of sweeteners that bypass natural satiety responses contributes to leptin resistance, increased hunger, and poor metabolic health, creating a cycle of craving, overeating, and fat storage. Reducing or eliminating these sweeteners, especially fructose-heavy options like HFCS and agave syrup, while emphasizing whole, unprocessed foods, can help restore hormonal balance and improve appetite regulation. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS, and satiety response. Scientific research supports the notion that high fructose corn syrup, HFCS, does not elicit the same satiety response as other carbohydrates, particularly glucose. Here's why. Fructose metabolism. Unlike glucose, which stimulates the release of insulin and leptin, hormones that regulate satiety and hunger, fructose is metabolized primarily in the liver and does not significantly increase insulin or leptin levels. Leptin plays a key role in signaling to the brain that the body has had enough food. Without an adequate leptin response, the brain does not receive the signal to stop eating, leading to overconsumption of calories. Leptin and ghrelin dysregulation. Studies have shown that fructose consumption reduces the effectiveness of leptin while failing to suppress the release of ghrelin, the hormone that stimulates hunger. This combination means that after consuming HFCS, people tend to feel less full and may continue eating or experience cravings for more sugar-laden foods. Increased fat storage. Since fructose bypasses the insulin-regulated pathways of glucose metabolism, it leads to more fat storage in the liver and adipose tissue, contributing to weight gain and metabolic dysfunction. This excessive fat storage further disrupts hormonal balance, particularly insulin sensitivity and leptin resistance, which exacerbates the cycle of overeating and craving for sweets. Other sweeteners with similar effects. Several other sweeteners have been found to disrupt the body's normal hunger and satiety signaling, often leading to increased cravings for sweet foods and imbalances in hormones that regulate appetite. Sucrose, table sugar. Satiety response. Like HFCS, sucrose, a combination of glucose and fructose, does not adequately stimulate the release of insulin and leptin. The fructose component of sucrose follows the same pathway as HFCS, contributing to impaired satiety signaling. Cravings for sweets. Over time, regular consumption of sucrose can lead to leptin resistance, meaning the brain becomes less responsive to the hormone that signals fullness. This can trigger cravings for more sweet foods, setting up a feedback loop of excessive sugar consumption and poor appetite regulation. Artificial sweeteners. Although artificial sweeteners do not contain calories, they can still disrupt the body's natural hunger regulation mechanisms. Some common artificial sweeteners include aspartame. Aspartame has been shown in studies to increase appetite and cravings for sweets, despite its lack of calories. It may also alter the gut microbiome, leading to changes in hormone signaling related to satiety and hunger. There is also evidence that it may influence dopamine pathways in the brain, contributing to increased sugar cravings over time. Saccharin and sucralose, Both saccharin and sucralose have been linked to increased appetite and cravings for sugary foods. These sweeteners do not stimulate insulin or leptin, and in some cases they may even trick the brain into expecting calories due to their sweet taste, leading to increased hunger and overeating later. Gut microbiota impact. Studies on gut microbiota indicate that artificial sweeteners can alter the balance of gut bacteria, which in turn affects the release of hormones like GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1, that are involved in regulating blood sugar and satiety. This disruption can lead to impaired satiety signaling and cravings for sweet or calorie-dense foods. Agave syrup, high in fructose. Agave syrup, often marketed as a healthier alternative to sugar, is actually higher in fructose than HFCS. As such, it has a similarly low effect on satiety due to its minimal impact on insulin and leptin levels. This means that agave syrup can lead to overeating and weight gain, as well as cravings for more sweet foods. Hormonal disruption. Like HFCS, the high fructose content in agave syrup can contribute to leptin resistance over time, making it difficult for the body to regulate hunger and fullness. Fructose-sweetened beverages, fruit juices and fructose-rich drinks. While fruit itself contains fiber and other nutrients that help regulate blood sugar, fruit juices and fructose-rich beverages behave similarly to HFCS when it comes to satiety and hormone regulation. The lack of fiber in these drinks allows the fructose to be rapidly absorbed and metabolized, bypassing the normal insulin and leptin responses and leading to increased hunger and cravings for sweets. Impact on hormonal balance. The disruption of satiety signals caused by sweeteners like HFCS, sucrose, and artificial sweeteners has a cascading effect on hormonal balance, particularly hormones involved in appetite regulation, fat storage, and metabolic health. Leptin resistance. Leptin is the satiety hormone, and chronic consumption of added sugars and artificial sweeteners can lead to leptin resistance, where the brain no longer responds adequately to signals of fullness. As a result, individuals continue to eat even when they have consumed sufficient calories. This resistance contributes to obesity and metabolic syndrome. Insulin resistance. Sweeteners, especially those high in fructose, HFCS, agave syrup, contribute to insulin resistance by promoting excessive fat accumulation in the liver and muscles. This leads to persistently elevated blood sugar levels and increased fat storage, further disrupting hunger hormones and exacerbating cravings for sweets. Ghrelin dysregulation. Fructose consumption has been shown to impair the suppression of ghrelin, the hunger hormone, leading to increased appetite. This lack of suppression causes people to feel hungry even after consuming large amounts of sugary foods, fueling overeating and cravings. Dopamine response. Sweeteners, particularly sugar and high fructose products, activate the brain's dopamine reward system in a manner similar to addictive substances. Over time, regular consumption of these sweeteners can desensitize the brain's reward pathways, requiring larger amounts of sugar to achieve the same pleasurable effect. This leads to sugar cravings and compulsive eating behaviors. Impact on gut health. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, saccharin, and sucralose have been shown to alter the gut microbiome, which can affect the production of hormones like GLP-1, peptide YY, and cholecystokinin, CCK, all of which play roles in regulating appetite and satiety. Dysbiosis, an imbalance in the gut bacteria caused by these sweeteners, further disrupts hormone signaling, making it harder for the body to regulate hunger and fullness cues. Summarizing, high fructose corn syrup, HFCS, and other sweeteners can mess with the body's natural signals that tell us when we're hungry or full. These sweeteners affect hormones like leptin, which tells us when to stop eating, and insulin, which helps manage blood sugar. This disruption can lead to cravings, overeating, and weight gain, which over time may cause health issues like obesity and diabetes. HFCS is hidden in many common products, not just sugary sodas like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and energy drinks, but also in processed foods such as bread, cereals, yogurt, ketchup, and snacks like cookies. It's even found in some medications like cough syrups, e.g. Vicks, Delsim, Robitussin, and gummy vitamins. These products use HFCS to improve flavor, but can contribute to tooth decay and make it harder for the body to regulate hunger. Again, this interference makes us crave more sweet foods, eat too much, and gain weight. Over time, this can lead to bigger health problems like obesity, insulin resistance, and metabolic syndrome. Cutting back on HFCS by choosing whole, natural foods and sugar-free versions of medications can help your body get back to normal, making it easier to control your appetite and maintain better health.